All right, now to our live crews around the region in Hampton Roads. The south side is expecting to get the brunt of this.
Yeah, 10 on your sides. Andy Fox is joining us live from Virginia Beach. He's been there all day long. Andy, what is the city doing to prepare for the snow?
Oh, they're getting ready, but I want to give everyone a reminder, when you're out traveling, stay back from behind the sand trucks, at least 150 to 200 feet. I am getting a report from Public Works that someone ran into the back of one of those snow trucks. So please be careful when you're out there. Stay back from the sand trucks. Now let me show you this intersection. This is Independence and Virginia Beach Boulevard, and the snow has really tapered off. The roads are fine, there's no ice on the roads, but since our last report at 4, let me show you what we found. Virginia Beach Public Works getting the job done. Sand and salt mixture spread along 900 lane miles in Virginia Beach. We also found Autumn Jones stuck in the middle of the intersection at Virginia Beach and Independence Boulevards. She lives nearby and is getting ready for a cold, cold weekend.
But it's actually not too bad. Thankfully, it's not a bad breeze, so maybe we'll get this grocery shopping done.
What do you think about all this?
Oh yes, well, it could be worse.
Yes, it could be worse, and we're also seeing some other people out here traveling. Just once again, a reminder, when you see the sand trucks, this is really a very important reminder, 150 to 200 feet behind them. Now, standing by live in Kitty Hawk, my colleague, Matt Gregory. Matt.
Yeah, down here in Kitty Hawk, this is where our meteorologists all week were talking about the brunt of the storm coming to, and we've already got around 2 inches, it looks like, here. And you can see the road 158 behind me really covering up. In fact, as the salt has come down and melted and turned a lot of it into slush, you can see the snow laying on top of the slush. So this road has become pretty much not such an easy commute, a little dangerous. People should really focus on getting indoors and not going out unless they absolutely have to tonight. The secondary roads, I've been told by NC.DOT, are not nearly as open to being plowed as they are out here, like 158. Now, one of the things we talked to folks about today was what they were expecting coming into today. And a lot of them said they see this about once a year in the Outer Banks. And so tonight, as it melts, because they do expect, like Ashley was saying, for the storm to stop in the next couple hours, as it melts, they expect to see things get a lot worse, especially if you're a driver out here in the Outer Banks.
So far, I've not seen anybody really having any trouble. Bigger trucks, you probably stand a little better chance right this minute, but as we get a little further into this, it's going to get pretty nasty.
Yeah, as you can see, that within the last 10 minutes or so while we've been standing here, the snow chunks have gotten much bigger as it's just continuing to pound Kitty Hawk with a heavier amount of snowfall than we've seen, throughout most of our viewing area. Now, up in Norfolk is my colleague Liz Kilmer. And Liz, what are you seeing in Norfolk?
Hey Matt, well, snow's been falling consistently since about 2 this afternoon, but I would say in the last half hour or so it's been starting to get a little lighter. In fact, what we're seeing now is almost just kind of like a fine mist, fine flurry coming down here. You can see though the snow has accumulated on the grass. I want you to take a look. You can see definitely a bit of a coating here. However, not so much the case on sidewalks. You can take a look and see that they're pretty clear. Same with roadways. You are looking at the intersection of Chesapeake Boulevard and Little Creek Road. And again, roads aren't really looking too bad. We haven't been seeing snow coating them at all today, not at any point, but they're certainly wet, and then that can become a bit of a concern as temperatures drop because we could see some freezing. So definitely take it easy. City crews, they pre-treated bridges and main roads yesterday and this morning with brine, and a crew will be available into the night as well as the weekend, just monitoring conditions, making sure that everything is okay. Today, city offices closed a bit early, and Norfolk, as a precaution, the public schools let out about 2 hours early, so people just wanting to make sure they're certainly safe out here on these roads. But again, you can see now traffic is moving and we aren't seeing any problems, so certainly that's what we like to see. But again, as temperatures drop, we could see some freezing because these roadways, while they're not snow covered, they are wet. So if you don't have to go out, why go out? Just stay in and be safe. That's certainly our recommendation. I'm live in Norfolk. Liz Kilmer, 10 on your side.
We're on your side with more team weather coverage. North Carolina seems to be getting the brunt of this snow, but Hampton Roads certainly not to be forgotten here.
We're getting anything from flurries to up to 2 inches in some parts. 10 on your side's Aaron Kelly's live in Chesapeake. How's it look where you are, Aaron?
Well, it's cold out here. The snow has been coming down steadily. I want to show you how it looks here on the ground. We've got a little bit of accumulation on the grass, but over on the road, that's the main concern. So far, we haven't seen anybody having any issues. The roads just look wet for now, and that could be because the public works crews have been out today applying brine to the major roads. They've had their crews ready to treat any of the problem spots, their bridges, their ramps. They also have their salt and sand trucks going out. They've been treating where needed, but they have a crew coming in at 7 o'clock that's going to be working through the night, and the city is telling drivers to assume that every street could be slippery. The ground is cold, and so even though the brine will help, the roads could still be slick. The city closed normal hours today. Schools let out 2 hours early. Again, we haven't seen any problems out here off of Battlefield Boulevard, but with the cold ground, with the conditions worsening through the night, you want to make sure that you don't hit any of those slick spots. That's what they're worried about. But the brine seems to be doing okay for now. That's the latest here in Chesapeake. Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.